There were so many banging trade setups I did show you last Friday, and I hope you took advantage of those. And US oil, UK oil are just typical examples of those trades. You can go back and watch my Friday's video. So I told you this right here will be forming a correction here, and after that we're going to go down. And once we go down for this, then we're going to start looking at a possibility of getting this back before coming down. So the question is, did we go down? Of course we did. And if you can remember, the chart was somewhere around here when I told you we would have this correction at the end of the day. So did it happen? Of course it did happen, and now we are having a correction here. So this may actually be this move going up because it already broke the low. It can also be a correction to come down some more, and then we may or may not get this, because this after all might just end up being a part of this move coming down. So we just have this correction and then we go. So but hopefully if we see a correction here, we'll sell. If it goes back for this, we'll sell it from the top. That is the trade. But anyways, let's go down to gold. And remember, this I do every single day of the week. I do my best to bring you up-to-date market analysis. I am not making trade calls for you, but it's to give you insight on what the charts may do, give you all the varieties of the moves I am seeing on every single instrument that I analyze, of course. And then this is to give you insight on what to look out for, so you can better make informed decision based on your trading style. All right, so that is why you need to return here every weekday, London section, New York section, to take a look at these videos and know what next you need to do or to look out for on the particular instruments you trade, because I do analyze a whole lot of them, but most times I don't get the chance to upload all of them. So I do my best to upload the CFDs, indices, the cryptos, which is the first recording of the day anyways, which is this particular one you're watching right now. And the second would be the major pairs, and sometimes I do add JPY pairs alongside it too. But then I do analyze a whole lot of instruments, but I can't bring you up to date on that unless I of course do live streaming, and then we can all do this together. But anyways, since I am not yet live streaming, let's get down to it. Gold. So remember last Friday I told you we could be looking for this to come back here, go back up to about this area and still come down, or it can go back up to about this sub, come back and go. So this is a typical example of how a buy setup can change to a sell setup, and how a sell setup can change to a buy setup. All right, so it depends on what the chart does, and that's why you need to wait for the charts to give you confirmations before you jump into trades. Very important. I can't stress this enough, but you need to always wait for the charts to give you confirmations before you enter a trade. And I just need to say this. You see, the charts will always be here. The market will always be here. It doesn't matter if any economy is collapsing or crashing, or if there is going to be another economic crash or market crash, whatever they may term it. The market will always be here for you to buy, to sell, to make money. So there is no need to rush and lose your money within a twinkle of an eye, instead of patiently waiting for things to play out, and then you take calculated risk moves and have your edge of advantage on the market. Anyways, this is a lot to talk about, and this actually is not a video of advice or how to trade. This is just my daily analysis video. So if you need more videos on trading advice, you can let me know in the comment section below. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because I do this every single day. So now this is what we are looking on gold. This move came down quite alright. Now the question is, are we going to form a correction here to continue, or are we going to go back? As it stands now, we don't know. I don't know. I will only wait for the market to confirm if we're going to go up or if we're going to come down. And how do I confirm that? Well, let the market form a correction here. That will tell me we're coming down. Are we going up? Let it make an impulse, form a correction, a flag. Then I know we're going up. All right. So for now, the information is not clear. So I don't know which one we are going to do next. I'll just have to wait for the confirmation. But each confirmation I see will tell me what next the market most likely will do. And that is how we trade. Now let's go to silver, where I told you also last week, Friday. You can, of course, go back and watch the videos. I told you we can be coming for either this move or this. And if we're coming for this, this is going to go up, fall short, and come down again. Break this low before we go back for this. If not, then we are going to go for this move straight. So the question right here is, we actually came up, fell short of going to the top, and it's reversed. So are we coming to break the low again, or are we still going to break the top? Based on what the chart is showing me right now, as at the moment I am recording this video, I don't know. The chart will only prove to me if it's going to go up or come down. So what am I waiting for? I'm waiting for a correction. If it's going to come down, let it make a correction. I don't jump into the sales no matter how far it goes, because it could still do this and do this. So let it prove to me that it's going down by giving me a flag. So once I see a flag, I'll say, will it go up? Is this just a pullback to go up? Fine. I think this pullback is really too much to just do this, but it could do it. But if it's going to go up, let it give an impulse, give a flag, I'll buy it. But remember, with what has happened here, an impulse and a flag here could just end up being this before we go back up. Have that in mind. Okay, so those are the two things I am waiting for on silver, and keep your eyes on these ones if you trade silver. So US oil is the one that I just talked about earlier. So wait for either this to happen right now, or a correction, which is a flag to sell. As it stands now, there is no clear trade setup for you. UK oil, same thing. Told you to finish up this correction, it will come down for this move, and we may or may not get that coming up before we. So if you see a flag here, you may consider selling it. And the bigger picture is, remember that we could break this low, we may, and go back up for this. Remember that. Okay, so that's also same thing for US oil. You could break that low, of course, and see go back up for this. So have that at the back of your mind. Let's go to US 30, where it is forming a buy setup. And if you watched my video last Friday, I told you why it was somewhere around here. I told you for that moment when I was recording the video, it was a sell setup, but it could later turn to a buy setup only if it climbs to this top, tests it, or hopefully breaks it, and then I'll know it's already forming a buy setup. I'll wait for this move and the entry will go here. So based on what I am seeing now, it is already getting ready for the buy setup. So if I should put an entry order above here, I should be cool with that. Should be cool with this already, because this is gonna come down a little more and then we'll see this. But here is a deal breaker. This move you're seeing here, this buy might not really go far. Yeah, the buy that will come next might not go far. It may just stop at 45 and reverse. So have that at the back of your mind, that this thing is not going to heaven or to stars or moon. It can fall short, and as a matter of fact, with what I am seeing, there is a higher probability that this thing will fall short and start coming back down. So keep your mind open for that. If it goes up quite well, quite very much, then good. But if not, I don't see this going that far before it reverses. So have that at the back of your mind. NAS 100. Okay, we're still forming a correction after breaking that top. So meaning that this might be all the correction we had. This right here. might be all the correction we had, and this is the final impulse, of course. So looking at the general move, we have this impulse, we had this correction, we have this impulse, had this correction, and we're now having this. So after this is over, we shall get this. So right now I am not much interested in the buys because it may also not go far before we start seeing this. So have that at the back of your mind as you trade NAS 100. Okay, and next is S&P 500, which is also similar to what NAS is doing. This right here most likely will not go far. This most likely will not go far before we start seeing it turn for this. All right, so keep your eyes on this one and keep your mind open as you buy, because we might just be turning any moment from now. And this, of course, can even be the turning point. This can be the turning point. You never can tell. So if it is, I'll need it to come, make a flag, and then I would sell. Other than that, allow it to go back up, make an impulse, a flag, and I'll look forward to the sales. German 30. Okay, it got to almost retested the top, almost just very close to the top, and it's pulling back. So the question is, are we actually coming down or not? And based on the information we have on the chart right now, we don't know which one it is doing because the move is still very young and early. And remember this sharp pullback here, we could also be coming for that before we go back up. We don't know which one it is yet. We don't also know if we are totally coming back down and this still remains a correction. So we'll only figure that out as the charts develop. For now, there is really no trade set up for you, and you can't jump into the buys, neither can you jump into the sales. So just wait for confirmation. UK 100 GBP. So for this one, remember I told you we're still in this correction, and from what I'm seeing, it's even getting more complex where we might still go up here and come down, might even break the top and still come down, because this is looking like 1 2 3 4 5 that will still come down. Okay, so wait for it, and hopefully we go break this top before we start coming down. Right, that's your trade on UK 100 GBP. And let's rush down to Bitcoin, see if we did hit 100k or not. Okay, still within 98 and could crawl its way back to 100k, but here is this might pull back before we get this. So have that at the back of your mind. And Bitcoin has been really moving slowly lately, and of course I expected it. So watch it when it gets to the 100 and above. I mean 100k and above, because some people are waiting to dump it on you when it gets there. 100, 110, be very cautious. Ethereum still going up, so this later didn't turn to a sell. Okay, it just broke this and it went back up, and that's fine. Still expecting this possibility. This is still a possibility. Have that at the back of your mind. BNB still forming this correction here, may also have completed, and we might just be going up to break this top, of course, to break this top. So we might be going up for that, and after that we might finally get this move coming down, this one right here. So have that at the back of your mind, which is this. Okay, have it at the back of your mind that we could be coming for that move once we break this up. And last I do for you on this particular first recording is SHIB. Okay, it did go up, so this ended up being a contracting flat, even though I don't like to analyze contracting flat very early because they could still end up being a regular expanding or running flat. You never can tell, but for now I still leave it at something like this. Let me still leave it at this and see what we have. All right, so that's it for the cryptos, and trade carefully. Don't rush into the trades. Wait for trade confirmations, especially for silver, US oil, gold, NAS, S&P 500, and US 30. So for gold, we're still waiting to see what it does. Let's go to the 15. Okay, let's see if it's still coming down or not. We'll see. Let's give it a little more time. If it's going up, let it come up some more and give us a flag, then we'll know, okay, we're going for this. Other than that, we're still hoping it forms a correction here and continues the move. That is it for this first recording. I do hope you learned something here today. Take care of your trading, trade carefully, and make sure you're making money. I'll see you in the second recording, which will come up very soon. Bye.